Hello, everyone. Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. How's everybody doing? Am I live? Yeah, I'm live. Okay, cool. So, you're watching Coffee with Ray, and it's Friday. Yay. So, end of the week, it's Friday. So, what do you guys got going this weekend? Do you guys got going anything? What are you doing with your preps this weekend? Anything going on? Well, we're here in Virginia and it is raining. So I was able to get my walk in and not get rained upon. So that was a nice thing. I just got home and then it started raining. So good on me. I didn't get soaking wet on my walk. Hey, Lori, how you doing? So let's see here. What else is going on? Wait a couple more seconds for folks to get in the room. Um, let's see. Good walk this morning. I am on day 18 or 19 of my hard 75 challenge. Let's see, I'm on day 18 and kicking it still. And for those of you who don't know what hard 75 challenge is, it's 2 45-minute workouts a day, drink a gallon of water, read 10 pages of a book, follow a good diet, and no alcohol. So I've been alcohol free for 18 days and everything, which is not bad. I mean, when I do partake in adult beverages, it's usually just a glass of wine, glass of port, something like that in the evening while I'm having a cigar or something like that. And we're sitting out back watching the bats fly all over the place. So, hey, Richard, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Chantel. Um, so today, my topic is my thoughts on EMP. And I'm going to be straight up with you, folks. I may piss some of you off on this one because there's a lot more things that I'm concerned with versus EMP versus nukes versus zombies eating our brains and some of the other things like that. My biggest concern right now with what's going on is the economy. And I look at history. I look at countries like Venezuela, countries like Argentina, countries like Zimbabwe, and everything who've gone through economic collapse. And when you look at the paths that they took to get where they are now, which is just basically economically collapsed. Excuse me here, itchy eye. Um, I see that we are doing a lot of the same things. And so I'm super concerned that we are going down an economic collapse path. And so I'm very concerned with that. That's what I'm primarily prepping for. And so but the discussion came up a little bit yesterday in yesterday's show about EMP. And I thought I would kind of expand on my thoughts here and why I think them and everything. And again, I'm going to probably upset some of you out there who are, totally prepping for EMP and all this other junk and everything. But I am someone who is not very concerned with the EMP situation. So, and the reason is there's multiple factors. One, I look at the powers that be it the Illuminati, be it the Bilderbergers, be it, whoever, the elite and everything like that. They want happy worker drones. They want, like living in the matrix. They just want people to live in the matrix, continue to do their job, be nice little worker bees and everything. And our the world, basically, I can't even say the US, but the world is so driven via the internet and electronics. And a lot of the world is pushing a CBDC, which is electronically driven and everything. And the powers that be are the ones who push the buttons and everything. Just because we elect presidents and Congress and all these other things and everything like that, there is those shadow people that basically run the world. Believe it or not, yes, it's true. And you can put a name to them or anything like that, but they are the ones in charge of the world. And so these elites, I just don't see them wanting to EMP a nation like ours and then have it be whatever, because they depend so much on electronic surveillance, electronic currency, electronic this, electronic that. And basically everybody in the world has one of these, and so I don't see them allowing an EMP. And so that's issue number one. The powers that be, I don't think is wanting an EMP, because when you would do that, you would destroy a lot of their plans to basically take over the world, rule the world, and for the masses to continue to live within the matrix. And if you haven't seen the Matrix, folks, check it out. And it's all about happy worker drones and things. So that's issue number one. Issue number two is there a rogue state out there that could possibly launch an EMP? Now, the biggest rogue state that a lot of people talk about, or that is viewed, is Iran. And so Iran is still trying to build a nuke. They still do not have the capability, the technology, the wherewithal, the equipment, you name it. They don't have it. And if they did, Israel would take it out in a heartbeat, because the first bomb that they would use, they would lob it over on Israel and everything. So Israel's very keen to that, and they keep an eye on that like crazy. And so otherwise there's these factions here and there and everything like that, but they just don't have the wherewithal. They do not have the ability to launch a missile and everything. A few years back, there was an idea that what could happen is tankers or cargo ships or something like that, equipped with missiles, could come close to our coast and launch it, and boom, create an EMP and everything. They don't even have that technology and things. So rogue states and everything, I discount. Now, the next one on the list would be China. Well, why not China do it to us and everything? Uh, they would have to launch something from China, from China itself. And our early warning systems and everything would go off and everything. But in that case, and this is the case with a lot of this scenario and everything, I always say, to the victor goes the spoils. And if China did an EMP on us, they would wipe out all our technology, all anything and everything, from tractors, cars, motorcycles, you name it, cell phones, cell towers, anything electronic would get wiped out and everything like that. One of the primary things that makes us so strong is that our nation is technologically superior. We are the leaders technology wise in the world. And so if they would do an EMP on that, they would lose all that technology, all that infrastructure and everything like that. But another thing is, if they did that, then how did they get all this, supplies and gear and tractors and this and that and everything over to the United States? Folks, I don't know if you realize this, but China has a pretty big navy. Ours is still bigger, but their ships do not have the capacity to go past, 1,000 miles, maybe 300 at the most, if they didn't want to, calculate the return trip home and everything like that. They just don't have the mileage on their ships to even get across the ocean. And so the furthest that they could, what are the islands out there? But they just really can't get past the islands in the South or the China Sea, or even in the Pacific. Now, they could use barges and container ships and everything like that, but again, they don't have the wherewithal or the ability to do that. Yes, China does own some of those cargo ships and everything, but a lot of these cargo ships are European owned, American owned, so forth and so on. And so even shipping things over from the cargo ships is not really a possibility. Could they fly a bunch of commercial airliners over here and parachute all their guys out and everything like that? Yeah, that's the Red Dawn scenario and everything. But if we saw a boatload of planes coming towards the U.S., we would knock them out of the sky. And so again, I don't see that happening either. So these are some of my reasonings and everything as to why I don't really put EMP at the top of my list that I'm concerned with. Uh, Again, I'm primarily current concerned with an economic collapse, and because that's what we're seeing right now. This is the direction that we're going. We are on the same path, folks, that Argentina is. And I implore you, do your research, look at it, see how Argentina, became, basically a third world country when Argentina was one of the richest nations in the world. Look at Venezuela. Oh my goodness, they were totally one of the richest countries in the world until they went to a socialist regime, and basically socialism has killed that country immensely. And so, we see all these things happening, and we are on the same path. And I pray to God that somehow maybe we turn the ship, or we do something, or divert, or something like that. But I am way more concerned with economic collapse than I am with an EMP, or something like that. And my whole methodology, my whole thinking and everything goes back to, to the victor goes the spoils. And so if you wipe out all the spoils, there's nothing left but land. And even then, they would have to ship all these supplies, all these things, because nothing in our nation would work anymore. So all those tractors, all that personnel, all that things. And at this moment, China does not have even the personnel to do it. Their military is shrinking because their under age 40 population is diminishing. Their one child policy has created massive turmoil to a point where they don't have enough young people to consume the products and goods and services and everything that they have themselves. And so everybody already has a home, everybody already has a car, everybody has cell phones, everybody has all these things over there already. And a lot of the Chinese manufacturing is actually starting to slow down and starting to diminish, because their population has already consumed a lot of what they already produce. So once you have all that homes and cars and this and that, you really don't need these things anymore. And so they just kind of go stagnant. And that's what's happening in China right now, is their economy is stagnating greatly. Now the COVID issue and everything really hit China hard, and you keep seeing these financial pundits and everything talk about, oh, China will come back, China will come back. Well, China still hasn't come back. They haven't bounced back. And it's because of their one child policy and so forth that they are having some serious issues. Now, some of the things that I am doing, because, just because I don't, put EMP at the top of my list, I do, prep for that. Now, one of the things that I have done is I have an old microwave. And now this is something you need to find: a really old microwave. Go to your grandparents' house and everything. They probably have a 20-year, 25-year-old microwave or something sitting in the garage or anything like that. That's what I have in my garage, and that's my EMP. I have a Kindle. I have some extra radios. I have some other gear and everything like that sitting in my microwave. Now, the key is that you need to find a really old microwave, because back then they shielded them like crazy. Today, the microwaves are not as shielded. And so how you figure that out, one of the best places to go is your Goodwill or something, and find one of these gigantic big box microwaves. And what you want to do is stick a cell phone in there, and then take another cell phone and call it. If the cell phone will ring in the microwave, it doesn't have enough shielding. Where mine, the one I have, because it's a big box freaking microwave, one of these gigantic things, has the shielding. I can put my cell phone in there, I can call it, and it won't ring. And so that's how you test a microwave, because a microwave, because of all the shielding and everything like that, is a natural Faraday cage. So you can find them out there. Check out estate sales, check out garage sales, check out your Goodwills and everything. And you're probably going to need your spouse or someone with you who has another phone, so you can stick your phone in that microwave, test it, and see if it rings. And if it doesn't ring, if the signal doesn't come through, you've got a good Faraday cage microwave sitting right there. And odds are you only pay about 10-15 bucks for it. So that's my solution. There's other solutions out there with Faraday bags and everything like that. They're on the costly side, but with the room that I have in my microwave, it's one of these gigantic things. I have the ability to actually stick a lot of stuff in there, and so but that's what I've done for my EMP preps and everything. So I'm not buying all these Faraday bags and all this other stuff or anything like that. What I've got is my microwave with my equipment and everything. I've got my a laptop in there. I've got, like I said, I got my Kindle. And the reason I have my Kindle is I have a Kindle that I have downloaded all my prep library. And at times, what you can, if you go to my website and everything, I sell a little thumb drive, and I have like 9 gigs of PDFs, movies, audios, ebooks, you name it, anything and everything that you could even think of in the prepper arena, I have on this thumb drive. Well, I put all that on my Kindle so that I have the ability to basically walk around with a library and be able to access information that way. As I said, I have a laptop in there. I've got some radios in there. I've got other things in there and everything to ensure that there's power and so forth to charge these things and stuff. So at least I have something in my microwave to make sure that if EMP does happen, those items are protected and I'm able to then use them and everything. Ooh, itchy mustache. And do all that. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on EMP and why I'm not so dead hard going for it and everything. I'm not saying that you shouldn't prep for it. I'm saying, think about what it is. I'm prepping for stuff that is what I'm seeing right here in front of my face, which is economic collapse. And so, and if you prep for all those things, if you prep for economic collapse 9 times out of 10, you're going to be prepared for pretty much everything else. You may need a Geiger counter for nuclear issues and some potassium pills and all this other potassium. No, some, I forget, K9 pills or forget what the name of those are. We've got iodine pills and stuff. So I've got preps for that. I do have some preps, like I said, for EMP and everything like that, but my primary focus is economic collapse. So let's see. We got Heather, Holly, Heather. Yeah, not my big concern. It could happen, but isn't my biggest. Yeah, I'm really looking out on the horizon and I'm weighing what could happen, what is out there. And like I said, the economic issue is really concerning me greatly. And I think that our nation is headed for a bad place. If we get involved in a Middle East war or if China does something like that and everything, every 80 to 100 years, the world suffers a massive world war or a massive, historical war. I don't know how you call it or anything, but every 80 to 100 years. So we are sitting at that timeline where, we're going to be looking at a real war. And, if you read Generations or Fourth Turning Point and everything, you can see that all right there. They document throughout history every 80 to 100 years, a massive war takes place and so forth. So, but that is everything, folks. Listen, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, ring that little bell, and get notified whenever I go live or post a new video. Help me share this channel, please. I'm really working hard to hit the 1,400 subscribers. I think I'm sitting at 1,335 or something like that. But help me share this channel. Let people know and everything. I truly believe in realistic prepping for real people. And so none of this Hollywood junk that I try to do. I keep a very level head. And then if there's anything I can do to help answer some questions or anything like that, email me, ray@raymondmoore.com, ray@raymondmoore.com. That's MHOR. and I'll be glad to answer any emails or anything and help you with anything that you got. Hit that thumbs up. Yes, Holly, thank you. Do that for me right now. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Helps me get higher in that YouTube, ratings and things like that. So I appreciate you guys coming, sharing, and hanging out, and watching my show, Coffee with Ray. That's everything, folks. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. And kilt on.